so I've just got back from a run today and I'm going to go through a run conditioning session that I sort of do maybe once, sometimes twice a week after a run. Okay, I normally do sort of about 2 or 3 sets depending on time. If you're short on time, you can just do 1 set. Those when you've got a bit more time, sort of try and build up to 3 sets. Okay, take maximum sort of 15 minutes to do. Only equipment you really need is sort of a band. If you haven't got this, it doesn't matter too much, you just won't have some added resistance on some of the exercises. Right, so first of all, I'm just going to do some lateral walks. Right, so I'm going to just place the band around my knees or just above my knees. Out of the way. Okay, and all I'm going to do, slight bend in my knees. Okay, pushing out on the band to get some tension. Okay, and really small steps. I don't want really big steps. Okay, so just little steps. I normally sort of do about 10 each side. And then back the other way. So keep your hips forward at each time. Keep that tension on the band facing forward. Okay, from there I'm just going to do some squats, keeping the band in place. As I said, if you haven't got a band, it doesn't matter. But when you go down, just actively push out on the band just for some added resistance. Right, so hands where you want, either on your hips, out in front, or moving, it's entirely up to you. I like to just push them out each time. Alright, so 10 of these as well, so all reps, 10 reps for each. Okay, and just go down as low as comfortable. Okay, for these I only really go to sort of 90 degrees, so make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Sitting back nice and straight, not rounded in any way. Okay, I've got one more. Okay, what you'll notice is I can't talk and count. Alright, so next one, keep the band where it is. Okay, just do some hip lifts or glute bridges. Alright, so just lying on your back, driving your hips up. Once again, with that band on there, just actively push your legs out. Keep your core engaged and just squeeze your glutes at the top of the movement. Okay, everything's slow and controlled. It's not a rush. We're not going to try and do these as quickly as possible. Okay, if you're using a band, take it off now. We're going to do glute bridge again. This time I'm just going to do single leg. Alright, so 1 leg at a time. So, 1 foot flat, okay, other leg straight. All we're going to do is just lift our hip up. Okay, so exactly the same movement. Okay, just a single leg exercise. So core engaged, try and keep bring that thigh up when you're pushing up. Okay, and 10 on the other side. Okay, from there, turn over. Alright, so in that box position, try and get your arms underneath your shoulders, knees should be underneath your hips. Nice sort of flat back. Alright, so engage your core, don't want sort of a rounded back, sort of nice neutral spine. And all you're going to do really slowly, try and keep that position of that spine, just take that leg back. Try not to rock your hips too much from side to side. Nice and slow, nice and controlled, just working that glute muscle. Okay, switch to the other side. You can do these alternative if you want. Just be aware if you're doing alternate that your hips don't shift too much when you're changing legs. If you do single legs, you can tend to control your movement a little bit more. Okay, into standing. do these without any extra equipment, or if you've got a weight or a stick, you can grab them as well. It's entirely up to you. Just adds a little bit more balance for me. Right, so we're going to do just a single leg deadlift, but just with a stick. Alright, so all we're going to be doing, standing on one leg, taking that stick down your leg, get your balance, okay, and then stretch out in front. Okay, I tend to do 5 of these on each leg, and I'll do another 5 with some weight. So nice and slow, nice and controlled. If you need to put your foot down each time for a bit of stability, that's not a problem. Okay, so this is 4. Okay, so this just stretches out your shoulders as well. Doing this one side on. Alright, so down your front leg. Okay, get your balance and then reach out. Normally if you find a point to focus on the floor, and sort of maintain your balance a little bit better. Okay, and as you come down, that front leg has got a slight bend on it. Okay, I've now got 2 more. So 5 of those on each leg, no weight, and then the next 5 with a weight. Okay, so exactly the same movement, just without the reach up at the end. So this time, just letting the weight go down, keeping it quite close to my body, not going right out with it. Okay, I'm just hinging more at the hip, working my stability with that single leg. Right, so from the front then. You put your other arm out for counterbalance if you want. We're going to try and keep that front knee stable, so nice and slow, nice and controlled. Okay, so as I said, you can do that without equipment, there's no issues. If you're doing it just your deadlift, single leg deadlift, so that's just arms down, 10 each leg. If you haven't got a resistance band, just sort of bend your legs slightly and just do sort of either smaller steps, and you can do the body weight squats without any weight, any resistance, and also you can do your glute bridges without those weights. Right, so a simple little circuit. As I said, I normally do that about 3 times. It's a good way just to get some strength in and also some flexibility and mobility after a training one. Okay, give it a go. When you do, give me a comment and let me know how you found it.